Hello again, everyone. I know it's been a while, but welcome back to Sumuji Radio Show. Uh, we want to start off this year with something new, so I brought friends today with us. Friends, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, what's up? What's up?
Hello.
All right, me, you would like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Hello, everyone. I am Butler Miu from Mochi Cafe.
Mm, mm, mm. So good to see you guys. And who else do we have here?
Hello, I'm Butler Yosuke. I'm the head butler as well as the financial director of Mochi Cafe.
Ooh, titles. I
Oh,
like
we do
it.
have titles.
We do have titles, me,
We do have
please.
titles. In that case, we'll try that again. Hello, my name is still Butler Miu. I am the director of membership at Mochi Cafe. There we go. We'll make it sound a little more official.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that should go too, like if everyone forgot. Hello, I'm Maid Marcy. I'm one of the head maids at Sumuji, but I think you guys knew that already.
I sure hope you guys know that if you're
I
listening
sure
to this
hope.
radio show.
I hope so too. But hello, yeah, it's Mochi Cafe. It's good friends of ours that we made last year,
Hi
and
there.
hello.
Hello again.
We really missed having you guys. Like we had a great time playing games with you guys, the
Mm-hmm.
karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were in our talent show a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, you guys are fun to hang out with. I like you
Oh,
guys.
thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
All right, so let's get it going to what we got here. So, you already introduced yourselves, but where are you guys located?
Yeah, so we're a San Diego-based Maid Cafe. So
Mm.
any of y'all down California, then hit us up. What's up?
Please
Woo.
do. We don't have a brick and mortar, obviously, location.
Mhm.
Although I believe there is a SoCal Maid Cafe who is in process of getting a brick and mortar location, but you can find us popping
Yeah.
up at a lot of Southern California conventions, events. We go to Ramen Fest almost every year. We just finished our performance at December Nights. We have performed at ALA, Hanadoki, back when it was still a con, Anime Kanji. So a lot of the Southern California scenes, most people are at least somewhat familiar with us, and if they don't know us by name, they've probably just seen the puffy uniforms.
I think the puffy uniforms are like a signature. Like when I think of mochi, I think of like the skirt silhouettes. Honestly,
Oh, so true.
yeah, they're just like so huge and puffy. I love it.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
great. It's
Yeah,
great.
I think you guys have been around for like a super long time too. I think I what was it like?
2009.
Yeah, not to toot our
Yeah. Oh
horn,
my
but I believe
Yeah,
god.
we
not
were
to toot our
one of the
horn.
first Southern Californian maid cafes to be established.
Oh my
Th-
gosh,
This
y'all.
is gonna be this is gonna be year 12 in August, or year 13 actually. I think.
13, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do math.
Oh my god, your butler Yosuke can go see a PG-13 movie now.
I know,
I
crazy. It's
know.
about time.
Free him.
Please.
He's no longer a boy.
I'm a man.
Yosuke is becoming a man.
Oh, that'd be really fun to like at your next event, like Butler Yosuke's turning 13.
Oh
Y'all.
my god, it's a birthday party just for me. Thank
Birthday
you, thank
party just
you.
for Yosuke. You know what? Deserved.
I should.
I think you do deserve it. You've
Oh
been
my god.
you've been yeah, you've been captain of the ship for
For
quite some time.
too much longer than I should be.
Yeah, too long. He's been working hard.
Hey, it's fun, okay? Maid
It
Cafe
is.
is a good time.
Exactly. It's
Oh, it's
hard
a great
work,
time.
but it's good work.
It's hard work, but it's good work.
Exactly. But, oh, speaking of, like, you guys since you've been around for a long time, I remember, during our dance practices, did you guys do Super Neko World? Like, and it's on YouTube?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we
Oh
did.
my gosh. Okay, so, like, 2 years ago, I think, back when, Sumuji had, like, a full-fledged, like, dance unit and everything, we
Mhm.
were, like, looking up, uh, Super Neko World dance covers to, like, reference to see, like, how did these people do this and this? And I remember we watched yours a lot just because we liked how the dresses would, like, move, and we're like, "Yes, this is the look."
Oh my
This
god.
is the look.
It's come full circle, Miyu. People are using us for reference
I
now.
know. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and I was like, "Who are these people? This video is kinda old, I hope they're still around," and oh my god, look where we are right now.
Yeah, look who we
Yeah,
are. We're still kicking, barely, but kicking.
they're still kicking.
Yeah, you guys just put out, like, a bunch of pictures too, and I
We
was like,
did.
We did.
"Pictures."
We
Mhm.
did. We just put out our photos from our Santa shoot.
as well
Yes.
as our
Very, very
December
fun.
nights performance.
Yes, as well as our December nights performance.
Yes.
So
Well, when this podcast goes up, it'll probably be in January. But
mhm,
but yeah, we just had Christmas, so that's
yeah,
exciting. Guys, go look
Mhm.
at it. Go look at it right now.
yeah,
Why-
Yeah,
go look
go
at
go watch.
our social media.
Yeah.
Our Instagram is very active at mochi.cafe, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. All right. I'm steering off of what
That's
I've
fine.
told you guys to
Go it.
That's
discuss.
alright.
Great.
All right, here we go. So where did the name and the theme come from? If you guys
Alright.
have a theme.
So, the name has a little bit of a long story to it. So
Mhm.
when the cafe was first started, the founder of it was super into Sailor Moon, so they knew that they wanted to incorporate moon
Mhm.
somewhere in the name, but they remembered this old Japanese folklore where there's a rabbit on the moon who creates mochi. So, and like mochi, there's lots of different flavors, lots of different colors,
Uh-huh.
and they believe that that's pretty representative of what Mochi Cafe is. We're a bunch of different people, different backgrounds, different colors, different stories all together in one box or one maid cafe. And that's how Mochi came to be.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that.
It's very poetic, very inspiring.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that. You guys should like put that somewhere. That's amazing. I had no idea that's what it is. I thought you guys are just like we like the squishy squishy Japanese sweets.
No, we also do. We also
But we
do
also
like
do.
that.
I mean, that's the TLDR.
That's the TLDR. TLDR is squish good. The long story is something very nice and poetic that I think is still really representative of what we strive to be as a Maiden Butler Cafe, because we definitely have a very diverse cast of people. We
Mhm.
have a ton of people from different backgrounds, different places. It's incredible the amount of people that we have that have come together. We have people now that we have online members from practically all over the US,
Which is still insane to me. Oh my god.
which is still insane to me.
Oh
Yeah, I
wow.
I just recently got an email from a young woman who lives in the UK,
Whoa.
who was asking if we were going to be opening applications, which is just insane to me. First of all, that there are people in the UK who admit to being from the UK. Sorry to people in the UK, it's just very cold. But also that, like, oh my god, they know about us and they want to be part of this.
Internet is truly a marvelous
The internet is a
It is.
marvelous
Oh my
place.
god.
That's so cool though. Like I had no idea you guys opened up having staff of online and across different places. That's amazing.
We kind of opened it up sort of as a test during the pandemic proper,
Mhm. Mhm.
2020, when everybody was still in lockdown, and we figured, look, none of us are really doing a whole lot performance wise. So maybe it would be worth having some members who will be able to, volunteer from afar, who can sort of put in their work remotely. And so far, we've had really, really fantastic success with it.
Mm.
I believe Maid Vanilla was our first remote member, and she is just incredible. She does
Aw.
such a good job editing videos, editing photos. She's amazing. So shout out to Maid Vanilla.
Oh yeah. Gotta love the times when everyone can help out like that.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Love it. And I know you guys sometimes do themes, but do you guys want to
Oh,
expand more on the theme if you guys do one?
of course. So with how Mochi Cafe is, it's a maid cafe, so we're obviously somewhat based on maid cafes in Akihabara. So we kind
Mhm.
of follow that same format where we welcome the guests in, we talk, we have fun, we hang out. But there are some special events where we get to do like a really fun theme, and the theme we usually do the most is Pokemon. Because
Mhm.
Pokemon's almost always gonna be super relevant every 2 years or so.
It's relevant right now,
It's
actually.
It's
relevant right
relevant
now.
always.
It's relevant always. So that's where a lot of the members really get to, flex their seamstress skills because we have to make now new uniforms to accommodate for our theme. And it's very
Mhm.
fun seeing what everyone choose to kind of things they decide to create and design for their uniform,
Mhm.
and it's just fun. But even with that backdrop of a theme, it doesn't really change how we normally just operate. It's not like
Mhm.
we're suddenly becoming the Pokemon or anything like that. We're just, maids and butlers,
Yeah.
Mhm.
doing, Pokemon Gijinkas, and it's really
Mhm.
fun.
What I
Yosuke is
like,
being very brave and not confessing to the Butler Cafe we had.
You
Uh,
guys had a butler cafe?
long ago.
That was
It
throw you
was
under the bus.
it's unfortunate. It's so the Butler Cafe we did, it was a very interesting experience. It was the first time where,
Mhm.
usually the maids are like the forerunners, the faces of a
Mhm.
cafe, but it
Mhm.
was the first time where the butlers got to be in that kind of spotlight.
Oh my gosh.
It was very fun, of course. It did have its own little mishaps. Like, we personally don't think, after that event that we should do, like, themed, character types,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just because it doesn't feel as real, it doesn't feel as personal anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, yeah, when we did that, we had, like, the Genki type, the prince type, the gangster
Oh.
type. Yeah.
Kinda like an Oron situation
Kinda
going
yeah,
on.
kinda like an
It's a
orange
very
situation going on.
situation.
And I'll be admit, there's some people who could play it off well, there's some people who,
There's some people who really, really gave it their all. Everyone
to
put in a great effort. We're gonna
yeah.
we're gonna phrase it like that. It was a
Yeah.
great event, honestly. It was a great event, but I think that's definitely a little bit more out of both our wheelhouse and our comfort zone.
Mhm.
I think a big draw of Mochi is that it really does just sort of feel like you're hanging out with friends, even when it's,
Mhm.
the guests.
Mhm.
Because all of us very much nobody really has like a maid or butler persona. Everyone just goes, you be yourself. And I find, at least in the sort of market of, West Coast maid cafes, people really, really respond to that because, the guests are coming for a performance, but also they're coming to see people, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
To be with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're coming for a social event. And I think especially after, a year and a half, 2 years of lockdowns and pandemic and
Oh,
social
yeah.
distancing and all that, I think that's really something that people respond to. I mean, we had our first in-person event in, I believe, September,
Mhm.
Yes.
after, all of 2020 being in lockdown, dozens of canceled events. And it was just really amazing to see how people just totally lit up when you finally get a chance to, sort of be with people again.
Yeah. I mean, I can attest to that, like, I you guys really do treat everyone as, like, you friends that you've already made. I remember I was getting feedback from, the Sumuji members, and they're like, "We like Mochi." They feel like, I feel like they are friends that we've had for a long time. And I was like,
Oh,
"Aw."
Aw,
thank you.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, you guys, remind us a lot of, like, our little, what's the word? Con circle, I guess, like,
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like, people you see at conventions, like, every year, and you're like, "Oh, hey, it's you. How you doing?" All that good stuff. Like, you have
Mhm.
that sense of familiarity with people, and I think that's, like, a big trait that you guys have.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
and I think
It's
also a lot of that comes from the fact that because San Diego and Southern California have kind of a small, not necessarily a small, because, I mean, we have San Diego Comic-Con, which is just thousands and thousands of people, but sort of the con circuit has a very, close-knit feel to it.
Mhm,
It's a lot of the same people going to a lot of the same events. And so
mhm.
you see people a lot. We have people who come to almost every Mochi event just because they like us.
Yeah.
And that's something that is so precious and so incredible to us, to have that relationship with people who have been coming to see Mochi for years. And a lot of the time, people who join Mochi are people who have seen us at events and people who have been to our events. We have a ton of people who are like, "Oh yeah, I saw you guys at Hanadoki or December Nights or Anime Kanji back when we did it. And I really like what you do, and I want to know if I could be part of it." And
Mhm.
that's just absolutely incredible, and that's something that we really are grateful for, is that we have that sort of base of, companionship, I guess you could call it.
Mhm. Yeah, I understand that feeling too. We've had some people like that join too, and it's just a really nice feeling,
It
and
is.
you guys are really lucky to be able to, experience that again. Oh, and one more thing I wanna add too. If speaking writing on that last question of, like, the name and the theme, I really enjoyed your guys's, commitment to a theme.
Mhm. We gotta
Oh,
commit to the bit. Commit to the
yeah, we
bit.
commit to the bit, like,
Yeah.
we don't do themes too often, so when we do, we
Yeah,
gotta
so
put
when we
everything
do,
into it.
we
Yeah, you
go
guys gotta go
hard.
hard.
Mhm.
Yeah, cause I
Oh, man.
remember, when I first looked at your social medias, like, way back when you guys probably were freshly posting it, was all of your Pokemon portraits,
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
"I
good
can
times.
recognize who this is just by looking at it," and I was like, "This is beautiful, I love it."
Yeah. Themes are so fun because I know everybody, especially, Maid Yuzu, who is our head maid and also our, maid uniform consultant,
Mhm.
just goes ham on design. It is so fun to watch.
I love it. I like how you guys make, like, the full uniform. We did an Animal Crossing one, a while back.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really fun, but it was basically like our regular uniform with, like,
Mhm.
accessories on top, but it was still cute, but you guys, I like
Of
how
course, I
you
mean, there's nothing
guys
wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
but I
Uh,
just love you guys' commitment to, like, "Y'all, we gotta make the whole."
yeah, we gotta make the whole thing. I will pull back the curtain a little bit. When I did Sylveon for Pokemon Cafe, that was my base made dress because I ran out of time and I was lazy and I didn't wanna make a new one. However, committing to the bit means, uh, one of my dear friends, Butler Honey, helped me hand sew my ears and my tail and attach them to just bless Butler Honey. He has a lot of like theatrical costuming training. And he has this weird way he rigs up the ears where you have the headband with these like spikes that are like screws up
Oh, yep.
through your wig cap and you screw on
Mhm.
the ears. It's insane. It's insane. He's a mad scientist. But like, man, you gotta commit to that bit if you're in Mochi. That's like the one thing.
I love it. I love everything. I like how you guys have everything calculated. You wouldn't think because you guys seem so chill, but you guys like, "Nah,
All
this
according to
just gotta work."
Keikaku.
Yeah, oh.
Okay.
Translators note, Keikaku means plan.
But yeah, when it comes to like designing all those kind of themes uniforms, we usually try to get everything at least 3 months
Mhm,
advance of whatever event we're planning to do it from. That way
Mhm.
you have the time for your material gathering, you're sketching out your designs, and then the actual sewing process of it.
mhm.
Wow,
Mm.
this there
Yeah,
really is the theatrics of it.
yeah, it's a many, many step process. We design our uniforms typically, or sometimes Maid Yuzu will design the maid uniforms, and Butler Honey will design the Butler uniforms because he is, in all of his mad scientist glory, the Butler uniform consultant.
Mm,
And you sketch out your design, you submit it for approval, you will get it back with any little notes because a huge thing for us is we want to make sure that all of our uniforms for events are approximately the same level of detail. Because
mhm.
Cohesive, you know.
yeah, we wanna make sure that it looks cohesive because you don't want one person who has just gone absolutely ham and bedazzled, 50 feet of Melodic scales, and then somebody who's like, "I'm Evie, my dress is brown." Because while both of those are great, it's not gonna look cohesive.
Mhm.
So, you gotta go through the approval process, and then, and only then, you gotta go through and start sending in your materials for approval, you snap photos
Oh,
to
wow.
your uniform consultant of choice, and that's actually the same process as the regular uniform.
Oh.
With your regular uniform, you send in your sketch, you get approval, you get feedback, and then you submit all of your materials, make sure that you're getting the right thing, because heaven knows at least one of us a year always gets the wrong fabric, and it's a whole nightmare. Just because full disclosure, gabardine is so hard to find.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
so hard to
gabardine.
find. And our maid
Wow.
dresses are made out of like this like pastel gabardine fabric, and you cannot find that anywhere anymore. You used to
Oh.
Insane.
be able
Just
to get it at Yardage Town, rest in peace Yardage Town. You can't find it anywhere. Maid Yuzu has to go to the swap meet. That is the
Oh,
yeah.
only place they have it.
no.
It is a nightmare.
Oh my god. You know, that's I can sympathize with that because I've been in maid cafes before where the fabric was like outsourced
Oh god.
to like other parts of the world.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I remember when Kyuki and I started Sumuji, we were like, everything's coming from Joanne's.
Yeah.
We're not dealing with
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say we theoretically used
Mm,
to have a steady supply of gabardine. The only issue is getting the colors,
mm, mm.
and then we didn't.
It's okay. But that actually goes into my next question here. Since you guys already answered the story of the cafe and the uniform design, is I noticed you guys say that the maids have to send in a sketch and everything for their base uniform to be approved, and I just realized, oh, that's right. Like each maid has like a unique look to
Mhm.
them. I
Mhm.
just realized you guys don't all wear the same ones like we
Oh,
do.
yeah,
Uh, yeah.
we hand make every single one of our garments. All of
Mm-hmm.
our Matsuri uniforms, our themed uniforms, our standard Akihabara uniform, those are all handmade.
Mm-hmm.
The butlers also go through the same design process because we just redid our uniforms after 9 years,
Yeah,
which is
finally.
very exciting.
Did you guys
So
was that from the newest post? I'm gonna look at it right now.
yeah, newest
Yes,
post.
it's from our December nights posts. So back in the way days before we did it, how it would work is the butlers would just wear, the black slacks, a black vest, and their button up top in whatever color they have.
Oh, I see, I
hmm But
see.
now we change it up to be a little bit more
Mhm.
uniform, so it looks like we're more part of Mochi Cafe rather than just a couple guys in like suits, you know?
Yeah.
So
You know, you bring up a really good point. Like Butler uniform design for maid cafes is hard.
oh,
It is.
it's terrible if you have like a mix
Yeah,
because
we
it.
shed blood.
hmm Because it's like when you have like a mixed group of maid and butlers, butler designs are usually kind of put into the background because the main, like I said before, the main headline is the maids. That's where all the
Mhm.
poofs are, all the colors, all the frills. But we wanted to try to make that just even it out a little bit more, add some more color to the butler uniform on our end. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at this picture of you guys with Santa, and I was like, they look like a unit. They look like they belong.
exactly
Look like
right.
we're here.
We finally have a boy band.
Finally have a boy
Yes.
band. It's always been
Oh,
a
I
boy band
love
since
that.
Zero.
Oh, wow. I love that your old one where you had the black vest. And I was like, I mean, it still looks good, but it's kind of like a stark contrast, and I like the
Yeah,
color that you integrated.
hmm
I love it. Oh,
the
if you
old
guys didn't
uniform.
know, yeah.
Oh
If
yeah.
you guys didn't know that you guys are listening, like Mochi is like lots of pastels, lots of colors,
Mhm.
but it's still like it still looks cohesive if they were all together. So you guys go look at it right now.
hmm
Yeah, please do. Another big issue that I don't think was quite taken into account as much because of just sort of the nature of what events we started with, is that with the old butler uniforms, you are very much like a floating head and arms if you were on the main
Yeah.
background. And let me tell you, we had a lot of butlers dancing at December nights in the past, and we couldn't see any of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of hilarious in a way.
It's really funny. It
It
looks like
makes for good content. That's all
makes
that
for
you need.
great content if you were a fan of the Muppet Show and green screens of the 1980s.
Oh, that'd be a really good video. Just like get like lime green shirts, but can put the black vest back on.
Yo,
Yeah,
bet.
yo, bet. Hold on, Yosuke, write that down.
I think I still have a flag on somewhere. I can make it happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be so
Please.
good. Like I'm looking at your Flygon picture and I was like just like green screen the
Flygon would
greens.
be insane.
Easy.
Easy. Got it.
That'd be so good. Well, thank you so much for talking all about the uniform. You guys, I like how you guys have like a vision and you guys do it and you do it well. I love that about
No,
you
thank you,
guys.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one I have here is how many members do you guys currently have? If you guys can remember.
Well, I'll go ahead and
Uh,
toss us over to membership.
I see. So Butler Yosuke has left me here to die. I believe we have about 25, give or take.
25.
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna step in.
I'm including our veteran members and our Mochi reserves, as we call them. So we basically have
She
our
reserves.
we have our reserves.
I
We
love it.
have our sort of active members who are just the people who are, at meetings every week, at dance practices, doing their mochi best the majority of the time. We have members who are currently on hiatus. Actually, I don't think we have any members who are currently on hiatus. But if we do, don't worry. I have not forgotten about you. Yes, I have. I haven't checked the sheet in a minute. But yeah, we have our hiatus members who are people who are just taking a little bit of time off because they got stuff going on and they're a little bit busy and they can't really be, regularly coming to meetings and things. And our hiatus members are people who are looking forward to returning to Mochi when they're able to do so.
Mhm.
And then we have our Mochi reserves, who are people who are not listed as active or reserve or active or hiatus members, and they're frequently considerably older members of Mochi who have gone out into the world and pursued their dreams and their careers, and they're working in all sorts of incredible and fascinating fields. And periodically, we call them up and say, "Hi, somebody got sick. Can you come perform in a dance?" Uh, and they, being the most powerful, beautiful, wonderful people on this earth, always say, "Yeah, sure, I'll come in, I'll fill in, whatever you need."
I love that.
I love
Wow.
Yeah.
I love them. I owe my life to the Mochi Reserves, let me tell you. They are so wonderful. They are always so excited to step in if we need, a couple extra people. Sometimes just for fun. Sometimes they'll just say, "Hey, I'm in the area. You want me to come hang out?" And we always say, "Yes, please. I will do anything for you."
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's so nice.
we do give reserves the option to, if there's a specific event they really want to perform in, they can almost always hop on in. We'll fit them into the schedule, stuff like
We'll
that.
make it work.
We'll make it work.
I love
Yeah.
that. Oh my god, that's an idea I want to bring up now. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
because sometimes just people just can't make it, or you don't have enough people, and you're like, oh no, what do we
Exactly.
do?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And Mochi does a lot of the same dances and a lot of the same choreography. So I, at least, am the sort of person where it just doesn't really leave you completely.
Hmm.
So a lot of the time, we have members who are able to, like, kind of keep a running list of choreography, and it makes it a lot easier for them to step in to dances where people just can't make it for whatever reason.
Mm.
We had one of our reserves actually step in for a December Nights performance because we didn't have enough people for Snow Halation and for
Aw.
Rabbit Jump, because some people weren't feeling great. Some people just didn't have the time they thought they had, and they were so 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 sweet, so kind, to step in to pull us out of our depression pit of, "Oh no, we're only going to have 5 people for a 9-person dance," and they said, "What about 6 people?" And let me tell you, that 6th person is a load-bearing 6th person.
I love it. I love it. Shouts out to the Mochi Reserves. I
Yeah,
just
shout out
found
to the
out
Mochi
about
Reserve.
you. Everyone shouts out to Mochi Reserves, the real MVPs of
Yeah.
the events.
Yeah, the real MVPs. I love you guys.
Just to segue into a different kind of story about our reserves. There is one event we're doing is a Hanadoki event where
Mhm.
we're after our cafe event,
Ooh.
we were doing masquerade.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Butler Yosuke is about to give me flashbacks.
It's it was a nightmare, but bless one of our reserves, they learned to dance in within that hour
Oh
span
my god.
between the cafe and the masquerade to
Oh my
fill
It
in.
god.
was it was insane. It was insane. Oh my god. I don't know how they did it. I still don't know how they did it. They're insane.
Oh my
I
god,
love them
that's
so
a
much.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's a horror story or like a good
it's both.
story.
It's both.
It's
It's
it is a
both.
story about the enduring ability of humankind to triumph over adversity, and also the story of if you're going to ask a Maid Cafe to do a masquerade performance, please do that before, 4 hours before the masquerade
Oh my
performance.
god. I think that's happened to us too, but I think we just refused. We're like, "No. Ask us
Yeah.
Oh,
first." Yeah.
you lot are braver men and women
Yeah,
than we are.
you are a lot wiser than we are. We simply were like, "I'm sure it'll be fine. How bad could it be?" The answer is the performance went great, but and again, not to not to pull back the curtain, they didn't let us sit down outside anywhere. So we were standing for 2.5 hours.
Y'all. Y'all. Which con was this? Oh,
I'm
can you
not gonna
say?
I
Oh, you're
mean,
not gonna say? Okay, never mind.
I'll say it. It's Hanadoki, which is no
Was
longer like a
Oh,
con.
it's fine. They're no longer around. Hanaduki. How
Exactly.
dare you?
Yeah, that's kind of also where we were at. Which I don't think it was the con's fault. I think it was more a miscommunication between like con security and hotel, because
Mhm.
they were like, "Oh, well, you can't sit down anywhere because of fire codes." And I was like, "I know the fire codes. We can sit down. We just can't block any entrances. And there are a lot of places to sit down that are not blocking entrances."
The heck? That's strange.
It was a little messy. It was a little messy. But we did it, and it looked great, and you can
Mhm.
still find that video somewhere on our YouTube, I believe.
Yep, you guys triumphed. Well,
We
can
tried.
I ask what it was? Do you guys remember?
Oh, it was not one that I was was it Dory Dory?
It was Dory Dory.
I think it was Dory Dory. Uh, which is a sort of standby on our Poke Cafe set list. That was actually our first Poke Cafe. Um, and I believe it was Dory Dory, because I know that I was doing Mite Mite Kochichi, which if anyone has ever done that, don't. It is a leg workout like no other. Ye What else was on that test list? I know it was Mite Mite
Um,
Kochichi, it was Dory Dory, and then it wasn't
it
Hiko
was
Shoujo.
the no. It
No.
was
We're, like, scratching our brains. I'm trying to dig
Was
through.
it Mizase?
Yes, it was Mazase. You're so right. You're so right. Yeah, it was Mazase. Okay. So, overall, a very cool set list. Would have been cooler if one of our members had not had to learn the dance in 2.5 hours.
You know what? I'm gonna have an immersive experience and I'm gonna try to learn it in 2 hours.
Hey, it's
Hey,
you can. It's a time.
I
it's
was like,
time.
I wanna know the panic.
It's it's yeah, I if you want, like, the real Mochi 4D POV, you are a member of Mochi experience, pick a dance that you have heard about 86,000 times, but you've never actually done, and then see how fast you can learn it. Let me tell you, you get used to it real fast. You
You'll be
don't like it.
surprised.
You don't like it, but you get used to it.
You know, that'd be a great, like, TikTok or video idea. I think I'm gonna try it
Oh,
out.
yeah, there
Do
you
it,
go.
do it, do it. Mochi
We'll see.
challenge.
Yeah, we'll call it Mochi Challenge, like
I'm just saying, like, there was a trend on TikTok where RPG was just trending.
Yeah!
So I'm just saying, like,
So
I've seen people not do like choreo for it. So if you want to start off like doing the actual choreo,
mhm.
learning it on TikTok, if we're gonna be starting this Mochi TikTok trend a while ago on TikTok, RPG was trending.
RPG? Oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah, so I'm like, no one's doing the actual dance to it. So what if we
What if
just started
we
doing that? And that's the Mochi challenge.
Oh, man, the Mochi challenge is learning the two-person RPG in 2 hours. I don't think I could do that one, to be honest. It's not
Uh,
terrible, but man, that choreo is, like, very
I mean, better the 2-person than the 12, 9
we don't
person
talk
one.
about the 12 person. That one's so cool, and I wanna do it so bad, but it's not happening. But
It
no, for work.
could.
It's
Oh,
gonna happen.
you know, we'll put that out for the new year. Y'all, the Mochi Challenge.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Mochi
Exactly.
challenge, go learn choreo in 2 hours. Do it. Be free.
And show it off. 2
And show
hours?
it
Show it
off.
off.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah,
2
show it off.
hours.
yep. Don't matter. 2
No
hours?
matter.
You only got 2 hours.
You know, you can do you can if you want, you can do the thing where it's like, oh, 1 minute into learning the dance, 10 minutes into learning the dance, 1 hour into learning the dance. We can do that kind of trend.
We
Oh
can do
yeah,
that
I
trend.
remember
It's
those
good
trend.
good trend.
Yeah.
I I'm not gonna lie, I have a hard time picking up choreography. I was just like, wait, slow down the video to like 25%.
No, that's how it is. That's how it is. Even after, I mean, I've been dancing for like 15 years, give or take.
Hmm.
And I still periodically have to be like, hold on, Yosuke, slow the video down. I don't know what their hands are doing.
Can't relate.
Butler Yosuke is insane. We don't talk to him.
Oh, but
I,
we
We're
o-
are.
friends.
I only ever learn videos at full speed.
Yeah, he learns them at full
Oh my
speed.
god, you maniac.
Yeah.
He's a maniac.
Sometimes I'll even do it at like double speed just because it's funny.
Yeah, I have seen him learn it at double speed and then slow it down after the fact. It makes me want to strangle him affectionately. But like,
Oh, I know. I think we did that for a choreography we did too. We made it faster, so by the time we got to regular speed, we were like, "Oh, we got this."
See, it works.
it works.
It's not our favorite though.
Like if you're like in a time crunch, you got
Yeah.
like 2 days before the performance. That's it. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Oh yeah, like I remember when we did Super Neko World. You know that song
Oh,
goes
Oh,
fast.
no.
disgusting. I'm so
We've
sorry
done
for
that
you.
one. We've done that one double speed, and let me tell you,
Oh,
that's a nightmare. It's
I
so
think
fun.
I think we did double speed like for funsies to see if we could do it. We couldn't do it.
We did that one for practice because we were. See, the thing is, I'll let y'all in on a little Mochi secret. Is that the first hour and a half ish of Mochi dance practices is for practicing, and then the other like half an hour to an hour is like goofs.
Those
That's
are the
just how
best
it goes.
though.
Yeah, that's the best. That's when actually the real practicing gets done. But we did a practice where we flung everything up to double speed, and I could do it. I can say proudly, I was able to do Super Neko World at 2 times speed. There were casualties, but it's fine. I lived. That's what matters.
Yes.
Was that the practice we were trying to do Rokuchonen in double speed?
That was the practice we were trying to do Rokushon at double speed, and it was the worst. Oh, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. That was, I think, faster than a human being is supposed to move. I turned into Usain Bolt for about what was it, like a minute and
A minute
45
and a
after I
half.
set it up? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awful. It was awful. You don't know what it's like to move fast until you've done Rokuchonen at 2 times speed.
Rokuchonen. I need to look at that now. I
Yeah,
was
I
it's
think it's a really fun dance. It's
it's a
just
fun dance.
very technical.
Yes, it's very technical and extremely fast, which are 2 things that I hate in conjunction.
But Butler Yosuke is like rubbing his hands together, like yes.
Oh, every day.
I think even Butler Yosuke was a little bit like, when we did that one.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'll let you guys in a little Sumuji secret and anyone else
Mhm.
who's listening. I think our dance cover, Super Knuckle, that's up on YouTube. We couldn't do it full speed.
That is
Oh, really?
okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I had to get a friend of mine to like. I sent them like the audio, and I was like, "Can you slow this down like 10%? Thank you."
Oh.
I will let you in on a double Mochi secret. With with VLC Media Player, you can easily customize the speed of your videos.
VLC Media Player.
Yeah,
You're not sponsored by VLC Media Player. The program we
unfortunately.
use, yeah, the program we use is VLC Media Player. It's great. You can set checkpoints and then like, uh, what am I thinking of? Like timestamps to like go back between. So if you
Yeah.
are like running through one part over and over and over, you can just set point A and point B and just watch that little chunk over and over. You can set
Oh.
playback speed. You can mirror flip videos. It's incredible. So, for all of you Maid Cafe prospects out there, and all of you who are excited to learn about dancing, VLC Media Player is the media player for you.
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna look into that because
Yeah.
I'm looking into a new something new to edit with, so I will look into that.
I
VLC is
actually,
also kind of good with editing too.
yeah,
Not the
I don't know
best,
anything about
but
the editing, but I've heard that it is a program where you can edit. Yes.
Ooh, I remember back in the day of like, I want to say like early 2000, mid 2010s. A lot of people who, when dance covers were like very popular to upload and stuff, people were just like using browser based like
Mhm.
oh, so true.
mirror
Those were the days.
websites or like Loops website before people figured out like
Mhm.
you can just download it and
You can
edit.
just download it.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Oh, I get nostalgic for that sometimes.
Yeah. Like back in the day when we would. So a long time ago, Mochi used to do all their meetings and practices at the University of San Diego.
Mhm.
Before we knew about VLC, we used the computer's
Yeah.
browser and did the whole mirror website,
Oh,
Loop website. And I think back to those days, I'm like,
We're insane.
we truly are Neanderthals.
We are more like
Neander-
Neanderthals, am I right? That goes
Neanderthals.
out to all you cat boys, cat girls, and Yan binary individuals.
you dare speak?
Thank you.
Shouts out to Anamaru.
Yeah, thoughts
Yeah,
with
honestly,
Anamaru. I miss all of
Anamaru, love you.
you. Y'all lovely.
Yeah. Oh my
All
god.
right. So let me segue into our next question. So you already talked a little bit about the events in your hometown,
Hmm.
but I see you guys like do like a lot of like festival-esque
Mhm.
Yes.
events. What are the conventions like in San Diego, if there's any any left?
So it depends on what conventions you're talking about. In terms of ones we perform at, there aren't any.
There's one.
There's one. That's true. There's one.
Really? There's nothing going on in San Diego?
Okay,
Mm,
so there was a kerfuffle with Hanadoki versus like kanji versus whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about that. I just know there was a kerfuffle, and now we don't really have either, but we kind of have kanji.
Hmm.
yeah, Kanji's still around, barely, but they're under different
Management.
management.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
it's been a lot smaller.
Hmm. I
yeah,
see.
there's this whole issue with those two cons with Town and Country, and then their parents managerial who is
Two cons, both alike in dignity, in fair
yeah,
San Diego where we lay our scene.
mhm. But their or at least Hanadoki was like a subsidiary convention of a larger, more LA based convention. And there
Mhm.
was this whole thing with some of their members with Town and Country that Hanadoki just stopped happening.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mm.
And
Just
then the Town and Country is gone. So
yeah, so Town and Country is now gone,
so now nobody
unfortunately.
gets
Aw.
it.
And that's why you guys sometimes travel up to Los
Yeah.
Angeles?
We do actually. We weren't able to the last couple of years for reasons of there was a pandemic, but we have performed at LostCon in the past. LostCon's always a ton of fun. We love doing LostCon. They frequently have us doing their like VIP tea service. It's great.
Mm.
Shout out to the people at LostCon. We love you. Um,
Mm.
but in terms of like San Diego based conventions, I mean, San Diego Comic Con is here and that's poppin', but we are not a cool enough cafe to, serve at San Diego Comic Con. Unless somebody from the board at San Diego Comic Con is listening, in which case,
Hello.
please,
Hi, hit us up.
please, please, I'm begging.
Oh, have you guys been to San Diego Comic Con before? I feel like
I
maybe you
have.
have.
I
I
have
have
been in the outside.
I've gone for like probably about 10 years this next
Oh
year.
wow. Is that like just like a San Diego nerd kind of thing?
Um, if you want my real hot spicy take, uh, it's a lot more like TV focused than it used to be. I started going back when it was still kind of like more of like a like comics fan thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of now gotten so big that it's still definitely really fun to go, but if you're not like into like pop TV, there's not really a whole
Like
lot to
like a
do.
like American mainstream
Yeah, American
news
Yes.
media.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if you're not into Marvel and Marvel only, like there's nothing there for you.
I remember I went a really long time back in 2008, and I
Mhm.
remember even in 2008 I was like, this is too much for me.
Yeah, it's big. It's really big. There is a lot of people.
But then I'm like, Anime Expo? Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, Anime Expo, very fun. Uh, However, if one more person bumps into me, I think I might scream.
Yeah, but it's massive.
It's massive.
All right, you talked about the San Diego, um, all the San Diego events you guys went to, and we're getting near the end here, so let's wrap up this show nicely in the bow with the last two questions I have here. So, what's your favorite part about being in a maid cafe for both Miyu and Yosuke?
Oof, that's hard.
It is.
Um, I would say honestly, for me, a big part of it is just like this is gonna sound tacky, but like for me, a lot of it is just the friends. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like again, not to get into the tragic Mew backstory, but I joined Mochi in 2016 when there was like a lot of like rough stuff happening in my life, and Mochi was really just such a wonderful support network and such a wonderful group of people who just really care about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is always there for each other. If you need a ride home from the airport, there will always be at least 3 people like, "Don't worry, I got you." If you
Oh.
need somebody to, like, bring you something when you're sick, people will be like, "Yeah, alright, I'm in the area, I'll come over in, like, 20 minutes." It's just such a phenomenal group of people, and there is just nothing in the world that compares to being able to go up and perform, which has always been a huge passion of mine,
Mm-hmm.
with people who are, like, a huge flock of your best friends. Like, it's just such an incredible rush, it's such an incredible feeling knowing that you're going out there and you're performing for people, surrounded by people who are just rooting for you with everything they got.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Uh,
The camaraderie of it all. Oh yeah, Butler
for sure,
Yosuke.
for sure. Just kind of building off of what me is saying, the social aspect of being in a maid cafe is really the bread and butter of being it. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
also a performer by trade,
Mm,
so being able to have like a very stable outlet for that passion and that drive to perform, be on stage with people, it's very nice to have. And you're surrounded by others who have similar interests, similar passions for what you do, and the same kind of intensity that they put into the work that you do. It helps really build up your own like skill level, because
mhm.
either you want to be at the same level as them, they want to be at the same level as you just help each other get better at what you do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you got the 2 theater kids out of Mochi, so you're gonna have to get a lot of this.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
think
I love it.
that's a really good point though, Yosuke. Like, there really, I think, in Mochi is a drive to do better, not because it's competitive, but because you wanna raise people up and you wanna raise yourself up to sort of reach the next level because you know that everybody is rooting for you and everyone's behind you.
Hmm.
It is about drive, it is about power.
We stay hungry, we devour.
I wholeheartedly agree with both of you. Um, really is the best part of being in maid cafes is the friends you make along the way, and
So true.
yeah, and also the ability to share your art with everyone as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so fun. So y'all listening, like if you feel like I want to join a maid cafe, do it. It's
Just
fun.
do
Do
it.
it. Do it.
Yeah. Oh, that segues into the very last question I have for both of you, which is I try to ask quite often is, what's your advice to someone who wants to be a maid or butler?
Do it. Like, I wish I had, like, better advice, but, like, really what it comes down to is I guarantee it's not going to be as scary as you think it is,
Mm-mm.
and you're always going to be able to find a group that you click with, and if you join a group and you just really don't vibe, hit the bricks! Get out of there! There's
Yeah.
always, greener pastures. There's always a group that's a little bit more tailored to your needs, your interests. Um, but also, for a more serious piece of advice, it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
I will be honest with you. We've had, members in the past who I think didn't really realize how much work it is because it takes a lot of time and effort to make things look effortless.
Oh
There
yeah.
is behind every event probably 24 to 48 hours of nonstop practicing, working on uniforms, dances, figuring out the logistics of events. And it's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but it is very stressful at times
Mhm.
because things will go wrong, as any performance does. You'll find out that you are, missing something that you need from the room. It's rough. It's really rough. It's super rough, but it's worth it because
Mhm.
you do it because you love it.
Yeah.
So I guess my advice is, don't be afraid to do it, but also remember that it's a lot of work that is a lot of fun.
The payback will be very great, and
Yes,
it'll be
the
a lot of
payback is
Mhm.
fun.
worth it. It's
Yes.
always worth it.
What about you, Yosuke? What's your advice?
So I have maybe like two bits of advices to give.
Mhm.
The first one is really just have confidence in yourself and what you're doing. You have to come into the maid cafe. You have to come into the cafe believing that you're the one you're what's missing from the cafe.
Mhm.
Because that self confidence and that just mental image of yourself will help you like move forward to do things because you know that you're pulling your own weight kind of stuff rather than just falling behind.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then the other one is don't take things too personally in a cafe just
Mhm.
Mhm.
because
Definitely.
it's a very stressful environment. There are going to be, of course, like with any organized like event or any organization, there are some expectations that we do expect of all of our members. And if you happen to just be falling short of those, we're not like going to reprimand you, but we are going to like guide you to be where we expect you to be. And
Mhm.
you might take it might come out a little harsher than intended, but it's never like a personal attack. It's just we want you to be where we know you could be.
Mhm.
Mhm. It's all in good faith.
It's
Yeah,
all in
it's
good
all in
faith.
good faith. And I think a big thing about being in a cafe like Mochi is that we do try not to push you to do better, but to push you to want to do better.
Mhm.
But, it can at times feel like, you're struggling or falling behind if you're not really prepared to get, because we make a point of not being harsh with members, and like we don't want people to feel like, they're getting yelled at, because they're not. But we do want to make sure that our dances and everything look good, and especially with uniforms, a lot of the time there can be some difficult conversations to be had about, like, look, this isn't working. And
Mhm.
I think you got to know yourself well enough to say, okay, am I going to be good to take criticism? Well intentioned constructive criticism, but like it can be hard to hear.
Mhm.
Because if it's, 6 weeks into making your uniform and you show it to Maid Yuzu and she says, this is not going to be functional, it's frustrating. It is. But she's not doing it because, she doesn't like you or because you've done something wrong. It's just that sometimes there are aspects of a uniform that are not going to work well for performance. Maybe you have
Mhm.
some big bulky piece of like equipment on your back, or maybe you've got uh, an apron that's going to fall and slip when you're dancing. But it's always well intentioned because we want you to be safe and we want you to be able to do your best,
Mhm.
but we want to make sure that we can help that happen.
Yeah. So be willing to, like, listen.
Exactly. Be willing to
Mhm.
listen, be open, and just trust your ensemble, honestly. Like, trust your
Yeah.
fellow members.
Yeah, we're all looking out for each other. We all want the best for each other.
Yeah. That being
Mhm.
said, if somebody is not looking out for you or wanting the best for you, please refer them to my department, and I will write strongly worded emails,
Specifically
and
to
then I'll
you.
kill them.
Oh, no. I was like, it could be anyone. Just like if
Yeah,
someone's
anyone,
listening, yeah, yeah,
anyone. And it's
just
school bullying gets you in trouble. Come here. I was an Olympic fencer for 8 years.
yeah, yeah. Everyone just DM you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
but
DM Butler Mew.
If you want to take it to the streets, then meet me behind the Denny's parking lot.
If you want a gentleman's duel, you email Butler Miu. If you want a really rough and tumble scrap behind a Denny's at 4 a.m., you hit up Butler Yosuke. You'll get what you need.
Oh wow. I like how Butler Yosuke is like very calculated keikaku, but then he's like Denny's in the back.
You
Let's
see,
go.
that's how we get you. That's how we get you. That's how we get you. You think that I'm the one who's like clawing for a fight behind the Denny's, but no, haha.
It's Yosuke.
It's Yosuke. It's always Yosuke. And what's this? It's Yosuke with a steel chair.
Yes, very good. Well, okay, that should man, I love you guys. You guys are great.
Oh, thanks. We always love being with you guys. Sumuji
You're
is such
always
a
happy
fun
to be
place
here.
to be with.
Yeah. So that concludes all of the questions I had. So as we say our goodbyes, where can people find you?
Great question. You can find us at our YouTube, which I believe is just Mochi Cafe. You will
Yes.
see a cute little bunny as our profile. Love Mochi Cafe very much. And you can find us on Instagram. We're very, very active on Instagram, which is mochi.cafe. Once again, that is mochi.cafe. I believe we're also still kind of active on our Facebook.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Usually it's Instagram. If you see that we have a Twitter, no, we don't.
It doesn't exist, not anymore.
Doesn't exist. We do not have the password. That is from people who were
Aw.
before us, and we have never seen them again. So, yeah, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us a little bit on Facebook, and more importantly, find us in the streets.
Oh, Yosuke's ready.
I'm
Yosuke's
ready.
ready.
But also, please, if you do want a little bit more in-depth knowledge on your maids and butlers, or if you want to find out any events that we're going to, or want to know how to join, please check out our website, mochicafe.org.
Ooh, got the website.
That's so true. We have a website now. Thank you, Yosuke. I totally forgot. Even though I worked at this website.
That's okay.
I blocked
I paid
that.
for it. I should remember it.
Yeah. But yeah, we are actually opening applications in April. So, if any of you are interested in joining, we do highly encourage you to keep an eye on our Instagram and our website, which is again mochicafe.org. We will be posting lots about it when the time comes. We will have the Google Forms open on April 1st.
Wow,
Very, very exciting.
you guys planned it out 4 months ahead. I love
All the
that.
time.
We have to, because that is usually an entire 2 months of my life where I have no free weekends.
I see. Well, thank you so much, you two, for coming on board. It was lovely talking to you both, and I can't wait to collaborate with you guys again. It will definitely happen.
For sure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We always love hanging out with Sumuji.
Yes, we love hanging out with Mochi. love them. All right, everyone. Well, I guess I will see listeners on during the next episode, where I will have another guest on board. And I hope everyone's having had a great Christmas, holidays, and New Year. And I hope to see everyone soon. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Everyone.